कैसे हैं आप सभी? आई होप आप सभी बहुत अच्छे से होंगे। क्लास की शुरुआत करते हैं। चैप्टर है हमारा द गवर्नमेंट्स रोल। लर्निंग पार्ट, इकोनॉमिक प्रेजेंस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट इन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर, इकोनॉमिक प्रेजेंस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट इन social sector. There is no doubt about the fact that the government plays a very vital role in the economic development of the country. Besides maintaining law and order and defending the country in the event of a war, the government is also responsible for the development of the country and creating an environment for its economic growth and progress. बच्चों, इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है कि जो गवर्नमेंट है वो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए अपनी कंट्री में एक वाइटल रोल निभाती है। इसके अलावा लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को मेंटेन करती है। कंट्री में जितने भी वॉर होते हैं, किसी भी तरीके के वॉर को डिफेंड करती है, या फिर गवर्नमेंट जो है वही रिस्पॉन्सिबल होती है किसी भी तरीके के डेवलपमेंट के लिए जो हमारी कंट्री में हो रहा है, या एनवायरनमेंट, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ के लिए, प्रोग्रेस के लिए, या एनवायरनमेंट के लिए। इकोनॉमिक प्रेजेंस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट इन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर. Infrastructure is a key driver of the overall development of Indian economy. It also means the public facilities needed for day-to-day life. This sector, among other, comprises water supply, water, healthcare and sanitation, which are facilities necessary for our survival. Electricity, public transport and education institutions are also necessary for people to live a comfortable life. These are known as public utilities. Public utilities fulfill people's basic needs, and that benefits of public utilities can be shared by many in a modern democratic society. It is the responsibility of the government to provide basic public amenities of the people. बच्चों, ये गवर्नमेंट की ड्यूटी है कि वो अपने देश में रहने वाले, अपने स्टेट में रहने वाले लोगों के लिए पब्लिक एमिनिटीज़ प्रोवाइड करे. These economic functions are planned and executed keeping many things in mind. पब्लिक एमिनिटीज़ होती क्या है? एजुकेशन, स्वास्थ्य यानी हॉस्पिटल्स, या फिर उनको एक जीवन जीने के लिए हर तरीके की चीज़ों को मुहैया कराना. Taxes and funds. Taxes are the main source of revenue for the government. The government undertakes various welfare activities and maintains public utilities with the help of the income from the taxes it levies. The different type of taxes include income tax, goods and service tax, GST, including sales tax and entertainment tax, property tax, export or import tax, entry tax, custom duties and census. Every year, the annual budget is presented in the parliament. It accounts for the expenses the government has incurred or implementation of its programs in the past year. It also declares how much it foresees spending in the coming year. In the budget, the government also announces the allocation of the money for various new programs. Planning. Development in social and economic spheres requires proper planning. After independence, the government thought of planning to improve its economy. The need for planning was felt due to following reasons. The British had exploited our economic resources. That was necessary to make the best use of available resources to improve the country's economy. After independence, India faced many problems. Therefore, planning was necessary to set goals and priorities. There was immediate need to bring relief to the neglected poor people. Long-term planning alone could solve their problems. Planning was necessary for an all-round development of the country. The Planning Commission, Niti Aayog. There was a dire necessity to introduce planning to combat various economic problems like poverty, underdevelopment, employment, etc. Therefore, Planning Commission was set up in 1950 under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister. Tasks of the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission set the economic goals and objectives according to the needs of the country. It supervised the utilization of available resources. It regulated the proper distribution of goods produced. It enabled the government to make the benefits of development. Achievements of the Planning Commission. It has enabled the government to strengthen the country's economy infrastructure. It has maintained a balance between agricultural and industrial development. It has laid emphasis on heavy industries, which has benefited both agriculture as well as industrial sectors. Industrial development has been accompanied by the development of a network of roads, railways, waterways and airways. Huge power projects have been set up to increase power generation, which is essential for all sectors including agriculture, industry, transport and communications. Planning has minimized regional balance through equal distribution of resources. Planning has been made on a socialistic pattern where most of the heavy industries are largely controlled by the state, while consumer goods industries are in private sector. India has thus a mixed economy. So far, 12 plans have been completed. The central government has replaced the Planning Commission by Niti Aayog on 1st January 2015. Niti is the abbreviation of National Institute of Transforming India. Niti Aayog is the think tank of the Government of India, providing both directional and policy inputs. The Prime Minister is the chairperson of the Niti Aayog. Centers and states both will make those policies which will work as grassroots level. बच्चों, नीति आयोग के लिए के जो चेयरपर्सन है वो खुद प्राइम मिनिस्टर है. बोथ जो सेंटर और जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट है वो दोनों ही मिलकर पॉलिसीज बनाती है जो कि ग्रासरूट लेवल पर काम करता है. इंडस्ट्रीज, a strong infrastructure from the foundation of the economic development of a country. Therefore, after independence, the Indian government attempted to establish a number of large-scale industries in public sector, that is Indian Railways, Oil India Ltd, Shipping Corporation of India, Steel Authority of India, Oil and Natural Gas Commission, National Thermal Power Corporation, National Hydroelectric Power Corporation, Bharat Heavy Electricals Ltd, Hindustan Machine Tools, Indian Telephone Industries, Hindustan Aeronautics Ltd, etc. are some of the major public sector enterprises. Iron and steel industry is the basic industry which is essential for setting up other industries. After independence, several major steel plants were set up at Bhilai, Durgapur, Bokaro, Rourkela, Visakhapatnam, Salem, etc. Heavy Engineering Corporation was set up at Ranchi, where machine plants for sugar, cement, paper, textile and iron and steel etc. are manufactured. Hindustan Machine Tools, Bangalore, Pinjore, Hyderabad and Kalam Misri produce small and medium-sized machines. Bharat Heavy Electricals Ltd, Bhopal, Tiruchirappalli, Hyderabad, Haridwar, Jammu and Bangalore produces a variety of electrical machinery, that is generators, transformers, water turbines, steam turbines, etc. Hindustan Aeronauts Ltd, Bangalore, Nasik, Koraput, Lucknow, Kanpur, Hyderabad manufactures helicopters, fighter planes, etc. While Vijayanta tanks are manufactured at Avadi, Tamil Nadu, frigates and warships at Mazagaon docks, and railway engines at Chittaranjan and railway coaches at Perambur near Chennai. Petroleum is the most important source of energy for transport sector. Crude oil is refined at various places, that is Numati, Barauni, Koyali, Chennai, Kochi, Haldia, Bongaigaon, Mathura, Mumbai, Karnal and Jamnagar. In addition to the above industries like cement, fertilizers, drugs and pharmaceuticals, petrochemicals, paper, newsprint, textiles, sugar, etc. were also set up. Multi-purpose projects. India has huge water resources in the forms of rivers. Various river valley projects were set up on a major rivers to harness hydroelectricity and use the water for irrigation and other purposes. These projects serve many purposes and are therefore called multi-purpose projects. They generate electricity, provide water for irrigation, check floods and soil erosion, provide facility for afforestation, navigation, fishing and entertainment. Some of the major multi-purpose projects include, बच्चों यहाँ प्रोजेक्ट्स दिए गए हैं, फिर रिवर दिए गए हैं और फिर स्टेट्स दिए गए हैं, जैसे भाखड़ा नागल प्रोजेक्ट सतलुज, हिमाचल, पंजाब, राजस्थान, दामोदर वैली प्रोजेक्ट, ट्रिब्यूटरीज ऑफ द दामोदर, वेस्ट बंगाल एंड झारखंड, हीराकुंड प्रोजेक्ट, महानदी, ओडिशा, तुंगाभद्रा प्रोजेक्ट, तुंगाभद्रा, भाद्रा, आंध्र प्रदेश एंड कर्नाटका, नागार्जुना सागर प्रोजेक्ट, कृष्णा, आंध्र प्रदेश एंड तेलंगाना, रिहांड प्रोजेक्ट, रिहांड, उत्तर प्रदेश एंड छत्तीसगढ़, चांबल प्रोजेक्ट, चंबल, मध्य प्रदेश एंड राजस्थान, नर्मदा वैली प्रोजेक्ट, नर्मदा, मध्य प्रदेश, गुजरात एंड महाराष्ट्र. डिड यू नो, क्या आप जानते हैं, दीज प्रोजेक्ट्स अट्रैक्टेड टूरिस्ट फ्रॉम फार flung areas. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru called these projects as the new temples of modern India. Energy or power resources are essential for industries, transport and agriculture. Coal, petroleum, atomic, minerals and water are the major sources of power. These sources are used to generate electricity. Coal and petroleum are used for traction purpose also. The National Thermal Power Corporation (NTPC) has set up many coal-based power plants in the country. Similarly, the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation (NHPC) has set up plants at various rivers for generating hydroelectricity. In the north, northeastern part of the country. The Northeastern Power Corporation (NEPCO) is responsible for the generation of hydroelectricity. All these organizations are in the public sector. Electricity is also generated from atomic energy. Atomic plants are located in UP, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Gujarat states. Transport sector. Transport sector includes land transported, air transport and sea transport. Road and river railways are the major means of land transports. Railways were introduced in India during the British rule. These are called the lifeline of the country because these facilitate movements of people and circulation of goods throughout the country. Railways have connected distant and remote parts of the country and have integrated the whole country. Today there exist 65,436 kilometer long railway route and 115,000 kilometer long running track, 9013 locomotives, 239281 wagons and 62924 coaches in the country. India has one of the largest networks in the world, aggregating to about 4.68 million kilometers. The country's road network consists of expressways, national highways, state highways, district roads and village roads. National highways are the responsibility of the central government. These comprises nearly 1.7% of the total length of roads and carry about 40% of the total traffic of the country. In order to give boost to the economic development of the country, the government has embarked upon a massive National Highways Development Project (NHDP) in the country, which is the largest highway project in the country. Thinking short. Development economists say that developing a country's infrastructure increases foreign investment. Do you agree with this statement? Justify your claim. बच्चे इसकी प्रैक्टिस खुद से कीजिएगा. Government in social sectors. Social sector is an important sector for India's economy and includes several important components such as poverty alleviation, employment, curbing inflation, medical and healthcare, and literacy and education. Even after independence, our country suffers from several socio-economic problems such as poverty, unemployment, corruption and inflation. Poor people have few means of sustenance and such they are unable to meet their bare minimum needs. Unemployment is rampant and continuous price rise is adding to their miseries. Illiterate masses suffer from several health problems. The government is responsible for eradicating all these ills from society. Though planning during the planning era 1951 to 2014 has greatly helped in achieving growth and self-reliance in the economic field, but still a lot of more to be done to raise the living standard of people, to remove poverty, to reduce economic inequality and regional imbalance. Farmers of the Indian Constitution incorporated a number of provisions in the Constitution to affect socio-economic changes in our society. Preamble to the Constitution aims at assuring social, economic, people justice to the people. The directive principles commit the nation to be a welfare state. Literacy, health, longevity, decent standard of living and gender inequality are the key to human development, and unless they are achieved, human development shall remain unrealized. Government's efforts to reduce poverty. In 1980s, it was realized that the earlier strategies for removing poverty needed a long time to succeed. Moreover, some of them they were not enforced strictly. The government then thought of taking a direct action of looking the needy groups. Therefore, it adopted various policy measures and programs known as the poverty alleviations programs. Most of them aim at providing employment or improvement of the asset base of the poverty-ridden families. Some of the programs are described below. Integrated Rural Development Programs, that is IRDP. This program was incorporated in the sixth fifth 5-year plan 1980 to 85. To alleviate rural poverty under this program, productive assets and inputs are provided to identified rural families. फिर आता है स्वर्ण जयंती ग्राम स्वरोजगार योजना, that is SGSY. It aims at bringing existing poor families above the poverty line. This is a centrally sponsored scheme operational in all the development blocks of the country since 1980. Under this scheme, families below poverty line are provided with financial assistance. Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana, that is JGSY, it aims at generating employment for those who are underemployed in rural areas. This program results in creation of community assets such as social forestry, social conservation, minor irrigation of projects, renovation of village wells, rural roads, dispensaries, schools, panchayat ghars, bus stands, etc. Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana PMRY and Swarna Jayanti Shahari Rozgar Yojana SJSRY. These schemes are aimed at the welfare for the educated employed in urban areas. Persons belonging to weaker sections are given priority. Employment Assurance Scheme EAS and Pradhan Mantri Gramoday Yojana PMGY. These schemes were launched in 1999 and 2001 respectively to create wage employment for families below poverty line and improving the quality of life of people in rural areas. Pradhan Mantri Gramin Awas Yojana PMGAY. This scheme is a government flagship program created for providing housing for the Indian rural poor. A similar scheme for urban poor was launched in 2015 as Housing for All. Government's effort to reduce unemployment. The government has undertaken many special programs to generate unemployment opportunities. The major ones among them are Rural Works Program. This program aims at constructive of civil workers of permanent nature in rural areas. Integrated dry land agriculture development. Under this scheme, permanent works like soil conservation, development of land and water harvesting are undertaken. National Rural Employment Program. It aims to create community assets for strengthening rural infrastructures like drinking water wells, community irrigation wells, village tanks, minor irrigation works, rural roads and schools. Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program. It aims at generating gainful employment, creating productive assets in rural areas and improving the overall quality of rural life. Industrial Training. The government has taken many steps to impart industrial training to generate skill development among labor force. Vocational education has been integrated at the school level as well. Entrepreneur development. The government has implemented a number of schemes for providing low cost capital to the small enterprises and self-employed persons. It has helped in the expansion of India's industries and businesses. National Career Service. The object of this project is to help job keepers land up at the job they deserve. Government's efforts to curb inflation. The sharp and persistent rise in the price level is called inflation. Fluent rise in price create an atmosphere of uncertainty and hinders economic development. It increases the cost of living, and the poor and the middle class people are the worst sufferers due to soaring prices. Even consumer goods become costlier and scarce. It aggravates economic inequalities in society. The government has taken the following steps to curb price rise. Monetary measures. Whenever there is a price rise, Reserve Bank of India reduces the money circulation in the economy. This results in people's tendency to consume less, which in turn reduces the demand for goods and thereby lowers the prices. The RBI monitors the price trend. Fiscal measures. The government imposes taxes on high income groups and on many consumable goods with the intention of reducing the purchasing capacity of the people. When people have less money to spend, they consume less. It leads to decline in prices. Public distribution system. It involves supply of essential commodities to the people through fair price shops. It ensures food security to the poor people. This system also helps in controlling unsurplus rise in prices of essential commodities in the market. Administered price mechanism. For preventing hoarding and keeping the price of essential commodities within reasonable limits and to facilitate their availability, the government fixes the prices and asks traders to sell goods in market at fixed prices. It is done under Essential Commodities Act 1955. Till recently, prices of cement, petrol, diesel, LPG, etc. were kept under administered price mechanism. Government's effort to provide medical and healthcare facilities. The Government of India has taken up a wide range of activities in the field of health, which includes population control, family welfare, prevention of food adulteration, drug control, immunization and eradication of major communicable and non-communicable diseases. It has resulted in a significant movement in the health status of the people. Plague, smallpox and polio have been eradicated. Malaria has been controlled to a large extent. Programs for eradication of diseases like tuberculosis, AIDS, leprosy, cancer, blindness, iodine deficiency, diabetes, etc. have sustainability helped in the reduction of mortality rate. The government has created an extensive network of community health centers, primary health centers and sub-centers to take care of health services in rural areas. आयुष्मान भारत योजना और प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना PMJAY or National Health Protection Scheme is national scheme that aimed at making necessary intervention in primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare systems in a holistic fashion. It was launched in 2018 under the aegis of Ministry of Health and Welfare, Family Welfare in India. Government's effort for literacy and education. As per 2011 census literacy rates in India, 74.04%, 82% men and 65% women are lower than in many other developing countries like China 86% and Sri Lanka 92%. Therefore, National Literacy Mission was launched in 1988 to impact functional literacy to non-literates. The Total Literacy Campaign has been the principal strategy for the National Literacy Mission. The NLM has accorded priority for the promotion of female literacy. The National Policy on Education NPE 1986 modified in 1992 emphasizes universal access to elementary education through Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan SSA launched in 2001 to 2002. National Program for Education of Girls at Elementary Levels is an important component of SSA. Thinking short. Do you think 100% literacy is possible in India? If not immediately, but maybe in the near futures, in what ways can this be achieved? बच्चों, क्या आपको लगता है कि 100% लिटरेसी इंडिया में पॉसिबल हो सकती है? हालांकि अभी नहीं, लेकिन आने वाले कुछ टाइम में क्या ये हो सकती है और इसे अचीव करने के लिए हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, इसके बारे में बच्चों सोचिए। चलिए अब आ जाते हैं एक्सरसाइजेस पर। टिक द करेक्ट आंसर। द चेयरमैन ऑफ नीति आयोग इज प्राइम मिनिस्टर। बच्चों आगे की प्रैक्टिस खुद से कीजिएगा। फिल द गैप्स। बच्चों यहाँ पर कुछ गैप्स दिए गए हैं, चैप्टर की मदद से इसे खुद से कीजिएगा। राइट T फॉर ट्रू and F फॉर फॉल्स। Vijayanand tanks are manufactured at Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. True, false. आगे की प्रैक्टिस खुद से कीजिएगा। आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस ब्रीफली। बच्चों यहाँ कुछ क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं, इनके आंसर्स आपको ब्रीफली देने हैं। आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस इन डिटेल। बच्चों चैप्टर की मदद से इन क्वेश्चंस के आंसर आप डिटेल में दीजिएगा। स्किल एनरिचमेंट जोन, फन एक्टिविटी। राइट एन एसे ऑन द टॉपिक व्हाई डू वी नीड अ गवर्नमेंट। बच्चों आपको एक ऐसे लिखना है, व्हाई डू वी नीड अ गवर्नमेंट, इसके टॉपिक पर। इसकी प्रैक्टिस खुद से कीजिएगा। एक्टिविटी, शुड मैनेजमेंट ऑफ पब्लिक फैसिलिटीज बी गिवन टू प्राइवेट एंटरप्राइजेस। कंडक्ट अ डिबेट ऑन दिस टॉपिक इन द क्लास। Take into account the burden on the common man, efficiency in providing services and the idea of socialism. बच्चों इसकी प्रैक्टिस आप अपने क्लासमेट्स के साथ में मिलके खुद से कीजिएगा। अब आते हैं आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स पर। डू यू थिंक द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ पब्लिक फैसिलिटीज इन आवर कंट्री इज एडिक्वेट एंड फेयर? गिव एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ योर ओन टू एक्सप्लेन। बच्चों इसकी प्रैक्टिस आप खुद से कीजिएगा। बच्चों आई होप आज की क्लास में हमने जो भी पढ़ा आपको अच्छे से समझ में आ गया होगा। अब आप इसकी प्रैक्टिस खुद से करते रहिएगा।